So, we've come back for more. Looking at the 358th Strelkovy. I probably butchered that word, but whatever. This division is the worst division, I think, for the Russian or the for the Comintern side and the Ally side. It's just absolutely terrible. Like there's nothing redeeming about the deck. And you're like looking at it, you're like, hey, it's got those IS 122s, but the biggest problem. Oh, well, let's just go through the tabs, okay? So you got your recon tab, it's okay. It's got sniper, it's got your BA-10, so nothing like, you got your good stuff. You got your BA-10, you got your recon. You got your infantry tab. It's nothing special. It's just got a lot of strokey infantry. Nothing too good. They got some flamethrowers or some superior if you want to. Just spice it up a little bit. You got two trash infantry. These are actually pretty good, 20 points, and they get the job done. But this is the sad part. The tank tab. The tank tab is where this deck kills you. You have one card of T-34, 42s that are worth anything. All the other ones, the T-26s, if you just want to throw points at the enemy and waste all your income, you can use these. Actually, this autocannon thing is pretty good. I gotta say, this thing's okay. But it's phase locked, you don't get that many of them. It's not going to be any tanks. You got your T-34s, these are already pretty bad, and this is all you get. So if you decide that you want to have no tanks, this is the deck to go. But then there's the bigger thing. You do your support tab. Support tab's fine. You don't get flamethrowers for any reason. I just decided that this deck wasn't bad enough, so they don't give you flamethrowers. They give you some maxims. These things they're okay. They do give you these IG guns, which are okay, but not the best. Then you go to the AT tab. It's pretty awesome, the AT tab. I mean, I'm doing a terrible job. I'm actually selling this deck. It looks like it's okay. But the IS 122s are awesome. And these things pop enemy tanks. And their armor is okay. The problem is Panthers will pin you. Tigers can pin you. King Tigers can pin you. But these things can kill King Tigers if they're lucky and they pray enough. And they get the job done. I like them. They're really good. And they're slow. They can't rotate a turret. And they're pretty vulnerable to aircraft. You get some AT gun. You get this. You get the assault gun version of this, and you also get the normal AT gun. But this is why this deck is horrific, especially for team games. Your AA, you get one card of the crap AA. These things suck. They run out of ammo. They don't shoot down anything. Every single time that something flies over you, it's already dropped its bombs before this thing does anything. And then you decide, oh well, you get this guy. Like, what is this? Is this a tractor vehicle or like a truck? They just they stuck some guns on it. Like, this doesn't shoot down anything. It's trash. It doesn't do anything. You get a lot of them, but they don't shoot down anything. And they die to infantry, and they get annihilated by any type of mortars. So that's the weakness of the deck. They have no AA cover, meaning that you got no tanks already to begin with. You have these IS 122s, so you're already on the defense. So it's really hard to play aggressive, and then you have no AA to cover your IS 122s. So you got to rely on teammates. And you can look at their fighter tab. They do get Cobras. This is the one redeeming factor. They do get some pretty good, aircraft, the Yak-7Bs and what are these, 25s? These things are pretty good, actually, and I do recommend these. But you gotta be careful of Yaks, though. These things are the most fragile aircraft in the freaking world. An AA unit looks at these things, they go down. They just die, instantly. IL-2 HE clusters. This will not kill anything. Do not buy these. They're terrible. They're 80 points. They should be 20 points because they actually do nothing. They will sometimes not even kill the squad that they drop in the open. It's pretty brutal. They have IL-2s, but these are the IL-2s without the big cannon, so they're not really worth bringing. You may as well just bring the Tu-25s, the high altitude bombers that can get in and out, and they have pretty good survivability. The Yak-7Bs are okay, but these things are fragile as hell. Now the fun part about this deck is our artillery tab. You get some unique things. It gets the 210 Mauser, oh my god. Too bad you can't cover the AA, because the aircraft will just fly over your lines and strafe these to death. You do get some 152s as well, some pretty big. You get a lot of artillery. You just get a lot, and they're really good pieces of artillery as well. So this deck, though, its weakness is it has absolutely no tanks. It has no AA, and that's pretty brutal in Steel Division, where tanks are king and AA is a necessity to protect your heavy AT guns and heavy AT, tanks. So, and I mean, that's the brutal part. Now we look at the defenses. You get your bunkers, your trenches, and so on. And now we'll move on to our beautiful 1v1 version. Okay, well, you've come back. We did that little cool transition. Because I'm getting better at this, I guess. Maybe not. Probably not. 1v1 is even more brutal with this deck because arty spam is not really can be utilized in the 1v1, so you're just gonna get thrashed. This is kind of an older deck from my Vanguard. When I used to play in the Terrible Division tournament. So what you need to rely on if you want it, I mean, you're not gonna have a chance. Like if somebody's good and you are like, if you're at the same level of, like, let's say your two top players play, right? Somebody plays with 20th Panzer and you play this deck, you're gonna get annihilated. But if you want to make people quit the game and beat them with a really trash deck, and you want a really hard challenge, this is the deck to go. You gotta I don't know what you can do. The tank tab, you gotta rely on T-26s, and you pretty much have to direct the fighting to infantry area, even though you don't really have great infantry. You gotta rely on those aircraft. Like, you gotta use aircraft. You just gotta shoot down enemy aircraft, and you gotta take control of the skies. You gotta bomb AA. You gotta be super aggressive with that. But like, there's nothing you can. I don't know what to say. Like, you're just gonna get thrashed with no medium tanks. It's just like, what do you do on the field? You're just gonna run up there. You don't even have that much AT, and then you don't have any AA to really cover yourself. I mean, you don't really need that much AA, but like, this AA gun is not gonna stop anybody from dropping bombs unless all 4 of them are in an area. So, there's nothing to say here. It's trash. It's terrible. It's fun to use for like a joke, but you know what? I think it's I think it's worth playing though. It's pretty fun though to play. I think it's more useful in team games. It can be really fun to use these IS-122s. You gotta beg though. You have to beg your teammates for AA cover, or you will die. So that's just something to know. Anyway, guys, this is gonna be a shorter one. I'll see you guys around. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more.